Hey, you guys, welcome back. Like, share, and subscribe. This is Nina, and I am doing a live broadcast because you know what? This Derrick Jaxn story is turning into a fiasco. I really do believe that Derrick Jaxn has definitely deceived the public, and I definitely believe that he pretty much scammed everybody. I want you guys to tell me what you think about this story. Leave your comment. And, you know, the more you comment, the longer I'll stay on here. I usually don't do lives, but I mean, this story is just all the way to the left. So, first of all, here's my first problem. Derrick Jaxn literally has made an entire fabricated career off of selling love advice. He has basically strewn himself into, he's just strewn himself into so many lies where it's really hard to see where they should start at and where they should stop at. And the sad thing is that he actually dug himself in so much of a hole. And this was just not a one time cheating incident. He made it very clear in the apology video, which I am going to get into in a little bit. But he made it very, very clear that not only was he subjecting himself to basically be in all these relationships with these people, but he invited all these women up into his house. And it's one thing to just be a cheating dog. It's one thing to just be sitting there and perpetrating a lie. But he had so little respect for his wife. And then he wants to throw the church into it. You know, you want to talk about getting right with God and prayer. You should have been thinking about that before you even got married. So I'm just here to talk about this. And I definitely want to know what you guys think because I think that this actually goes beyond just being a scandal. I mean, this is a whole fraud right here. He is a whole fraud. I honestly was so glad, and I made a video earlier. I am so glad I never actually bought his books. I did occasionally watch his channel. He does have a lot of very powerful messaging, when he's talking. And he definitely hit on talking about relationships real good, which is why he blew up. And he's been on YouTube for years. So he's been on here, but yet he has just been so curled up in his lies that, there's a lot to unpack here. Now, first of all, if you haven't already, click that like button, sub, and if you can, y'all just got y'all stimulus checks. You can donate a little bit to my Cash App. My tag is money symbol Nina 44132. Now let's just continue on. I definitely want to know, do you guys really felt like he was lying to us? Or do you think we was just openly accepting the lies because he was telling us stuff? Like, I felt like watching his channel. I felt like watching his channel was almost like watching a big brother talk or an uncle talk to you, but I think in the midst of him, first of all, starting to get all the attention, I think that when his channel started blowing up, I think that when endorsement deals, started to come out, and I think he lost control of it at that point. Now, the young lady that went on Tasha K's show, I'm not going to fault her. It's often said that, you know, your karma is going to come back around and get you. And what's done in the dark will come to light. And this guy actually hooked up with somebody he allegedly claimed that, he'd been knowing for like 10 years or whatever. Regardless of that, he had no respect for the very institution of relationships that he had been preaching to us. Preaching to us constantly. No respect. So, and then the next problem that I have with it is not only was he lying to his viewers, he was lying to sell his books, he was lying to stay on tour, he was lying to just basically run the streets, he was lying to his wife and invited the women back to his house, where these women actually had relations with him in him and his wife's bed. In him and his wife's own bed. He is extremely narcissistic. And honestly, at this point, I wouldn't buy anything from his brand. I wouldn't buy anything from his brand. You cannot sit up here and sell yourself to be a relationship guru and then all of a sudden all the stuff coming out about you. And then, not only was it the first bomb that Tasha K had, it was the second bomb when the other girl came out and said that she was with him too. That's 2 women in one weekend. Now, honestly, his reputation is definitely taking a hit. Honestly, I think it's very damaged right now. I think him and his wife need to stay off social media. And actually, I'm going to actually touch on her in a little bit. But I think that they both need to kind of let this go for a minute before either one of them come back. Because, this is like a whole mess right here. And it's just going to take a little bit more than just trying to shove it down our throats like we're supposed to support him. Now, another thing I wanted to definitely touch on in this is did he do anything for clout? I'm definitely going to say he did. I'm definitely going to say he definitely has a gift to sell a product. And what I mean by selling a product is he has a gift to where he is attractive. He has a very nice engagement with people. So with being attractive, you have a nice engagement, and then you appear to have some shoulder on your head. You're going to have people, come your way per se, meaning you're going to have an audience. Now, I think in the midst of him trying to get this audience, his videos are filmed from his car, which I don't think people mind, to film it from his car. But I think in the process of him starting to get that engagement with people, meaning people were starting to, basically support him, donate money, watch out for his products. Once he started getting that clout, And then you got people that are like literally hanging on to your every word. So once you got people hanging on to every word, they're hanging on to your every word, and then they are, you know, wanting to be a part of, what you're doing and how it's going. Then they want to wait for your next video. And then you get enough people to support you, and they be like, you know what? Yeah, let me buy this book. Let me, show up for him. So in the midst of all this, I just feel that I think he got caught up in that clout. I sincerely think he got caught up in that clout. And I definitely think that, with him wanting, to, with him wanting to have that spotlight and having the money come in and all these people watching you, you know, I sincerely believe in my heart that he got so caught up he didn't know what to do with himself. I'm also feeling that, maybe his wife was getting caught up in it too. And, sometimes money can ruin people to a point where they're starting to live their own lives. They're starting to actually live their own lives. And while they're living their own lives, basically what you have is that clout, that need for money, that need to be seen, that, that thinking like, oh my God, I just made all this money, so let me keep it up. And I think after a while, it became an act. And I hate to say act, but I genuinely believe at some point, Derrick Jaxn turned this into his act where I think he was bigger than himself. And I think it caught him up. My next thought, will he survive this scandal? Right now it's not looking good. You just can't have a platform selling yourself to be this perfect person. I would have actually respected him a lot more had he been more forthright and not having to just get caught and been like, you know what? I know I make videos. I know that, you know, this is this is my life, but I'm cheating. I think people would have respected him more than him continuing to lie until the receipts came out. I believe that had he dealt with himself and been more honest about it, I think a survival would have definitely, been more in his favor. However, I hate to say it, but when you live a lie, you become the lie, you are the lie. Nobody's asking anybody to be perfect, but I think at this point, he is definitely trying to save himself. He is definitely not a person I would want to take advice from because honestly, I really think that he was very reckless in how he treated his wife, his kids, and his fans. I definitely believe that in my heart. I think if he survived this, I know people tend to forgive people. This was a little bit extreme. I am honestly just not sure. I'm just not sure. His wife, excuse me if I say the name wrong, Derrick Jaxn, as far as she goes, I don't advocate for divorce. I really don't. I don't, again, I'm going to say it again. I've always said it. I don't advocate for divorce. However, this man treated her like filth. He treated her less than filth. I think however she want to go about the situation, she's well in her right. She got all the receipts she need to show the judge. There's really, really nothing he can say. She can definitely take his money and run per se. And there's really not much even the best lawyers could do to even get him out of this mess at all. There's nothing. So, I mean, his wife is holding the bag right now. She got the cards. His wife definitely got the cards. Now, I'm a little alarmed about seeing her going on social media. Some of her comments on social media to me has been kind of alarming. However, what I'm really hoping for is I am just hoping that, you know, that she'll find a better place for her own health, for the sake of her kids. And honestly, like I said, she is definitely holding the cards in this incident. So, that's up to her. So, I'm just going to leave you guys on this note for now. Subscribe, donate if you can. I'm going to try to do more lives. I would like to know your opinion on the best time to try to test out doing some lives this week. And like I said, prayers to the wife, Denaya, excuse me if I'm not pronouncing it right. Prayers to her and the kids. He know what he did. She should not be subjected to this. I'm really, really hoping that she comes out of this a better person, a stronger person, and a lot more weary. And I hate for people to just make comments about her like, oh, she just sticking around for the money and all this. No, he didn't embarrass her down to the last drop. If you're going to stick around with this man for a car or to get your bills paid at this point, she going to be looking just as foolish as he looks already. She need to take time for herself and then decide what moves she want to make as a woman. But that's all I'm going to talk about for now. Leave your comments. The more comments you leave, I'll definitely come back and update this later. I'm thinking about going live later today, so keep an eye out for that. And this has been cool, you guys. This is Nina. Like, share, and subscribe. And this is Love and Other Problems Live. So I will talk to you guys later. Bye, and be safe.